Yo, guys, it's your boy Kagi. I'm here with another way of. Now, guys, my excuse I have not been here is actually because YouTube won't let me post any videos, so I very hope this is the video that get posted because I done like work, like I done a lot of work on this, and hopefully it really goes through YouTube and really posts. I have a whole bunch of what else to do, and I hope y'all like this one. So, guys, as y'all see in the title, this is what if Izuku, well, it says Deku, but yeah, Izuku was the Ice Lord. Now, guys, this will not be in the past. This will be not in the very, very future. This will be in the present. Now, we go to Izuku as a little kid. He's at quirk level right now, and he hears from a doctor that he's quirkless. The whole world around him seems like it stopped, and it's changing, but not in a good way. During the whole ride home, it was quiet. Like it was traffic, but Izuku couldn't hear anything around his world. He didn't hear anything. His heartbeat. When he got home, Izuku ran up to his bed and cried himself to sleep, which worried Inko, wanting more for her child that wanted to become the best hero, inspired by the All Might, the very first number one hero. Next day, Izuku walks to the park after he tells his I mean after he tells his mom that he wants to go meet Kachan, which is Bakugo. And then he walks to the park, he arrives there and he sees a group and Bakugo. They're talking about how they're gonna become great heroes, the best of the best, and they're gonna make lots of fans. Then Izuku walks up and then he hears them talking about their quirks, how amazing their quirks are. One one has wings, one can stretch, but he doesn't know Bakugo's yet. And then suddenly Bakugo pops, explosions, mini explodes out of his hands. Said, "It's cool, right, guys?" And all of them saying, "Wow, Zuku! I mean, wow, Bakugo, we have a strong quirk." This is when this stuck in his mind is now, and this is when they see Zuko arrive and they say, "Zuko, what is your quirk?" And then he says, "I'm quirkless," which they all stand up, not stand up, but they all stood shocked. And then this is when Bakugo says, "Don't worry, Izuku. You can still become a hero. All cricket people can become heroes." This is when Izuku looks up at Bakugo, with him being like an inch taller, and says, "Really?" And then this is when you see Bakugo have a devilish smile. Hell no. You can't become a hero, you useless nerd. And this is when he kicks him and they beat him up with explosions and pain. Everybody around them are not minding it, hearing that he is quirkless. Everybody around Zuko is just passing by as he sees him getting beat up. He sees them walking past him like it's nothing. He looks shocked, not even feeling the pain anymore. He questions, why don't nobody help me? Why don't nobody just come and help me? Then when it ends, he doesn't realize it because he just stands and then he just well not standing there, but he's shocked. He goes home after a couple. His mom asks what happened. He says he was playing too rough, playing football and stuff like that. So she understands, but she clearly doesn't. She doesn't know the true reason why his so-called son, what it is, but your son is injured like that. But she does question it. You don't supposed to get that injured playing with kids. So then, but she doesn't mind it. So then, well, she doesn't um really mind it because it's kids play too rough. But then let's skip to 2 years later. So he's 6 years old. He's 6 years old, still having getting bullied and still tormented, still get calling names like nerd, useless. freak, all those things that he just keeps in inside because he knows someday, someday it will get better. Someday his world will change for the better. Now, guys, Naruto, I mean, Deku had thought about training to up his physical body, but he felt like he was too weak to even do that. But he tried though. He tried doing 10 push-ups, even five, but his body's too weak. And people, man, his mother started wanting that too. But his pain tolerances went up. When he falls, when he gets hit by one of Bakugo's weak explosion, it doesn't hurt that much. So that's the thing he's grateful about at least. But yeah, now but every time somebody touches him, it seems like it's cold. Every time, even in the hot sun, it's like his body is always on cold temperature. It's never at least warm or at least kind of hot. And he does not get sick. He does not do any of that. He does not get sick or nothing. He can't get sick. That's what people and people thought it was a blessing. Well, his mom thought that was a blessing to God, so his quirkiness can't get sick or stuff like that. So people call him Pale Freak. Call call him a Blizzard Winter. Like, and that's not supposed to be a compliment. I mean, a compliment. So I'm just saying, you call him a freak and stuff like that. Call him pale, but he's not pale. Just I don't know. So I shouldn't just say that, but yeah. So let's go. Say, I'm gonna say, yeah. Let's go to where it's actually they are in the last year of middle school. Basically the same as the canon. Now, but something here will be different. Izuku was not bullied that day simply because Bakugo's, I should say, bully friends are not there. Bakugo all by himself that day. Now he doesn't want anything. Well, I say Izuku doesn't want anything which happened that day. He's glad for that day because Bakugo just stood there annoyance, not about him but about something else. And then Bakugo just thought about something. He smiled evil at Izuku. Izuku, knowing his good is going to be trouble this day, even without the bully friends. So this is what Bakugo called Izuku at the end of the day. It's summer now. Summer it starts summer right now. At the end of the day of school, called him up to the rooftop. Now Izuku won't be fall off the rooftop. It won't be saved by the League of Villains. So if that's what you're thinking, get out of your head right now. That's not going to happen. Something else is going to happen. Now, when Izuku goes up, Bakugo is up there, but Bakugo has something up his sleeve. You want to? I won't say it right now, but yeah. So then Izuku walks up to Bakugo and says, what, what do you want, Kachan? This is when Bakugo says, Izuku, I wanted to say this personally, and I'm very sorry for what I did over the years. I've been immature and very, very wrong to you, and want to make it up by giving you a present. And this is when he, Izuku couldn't believe his eyes, his ears. He thought he's in a dream, but he wanted the dream to continue. This is when Izuku having happy tears in his eyes says, "What's the present?" This is when Bakugo smiles evilly, and this is when his whole mindset changes. He says, "Oh no, it's not his mind." This is when Bakugo says, "Come out." It felt like the whole school came out because it's the rooftop. You know, it's big. You know how rooftops have how high places. It seemed like the whole school came out. It's like a whole, like I could say. Y'all know how a fight be going on in school. Everybody start running to the fight. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody start running to the fight. It's like that. Everybody ran at Izuku, giving him hell. People, people hearing screams saying "Help, help!" But on the rooftop, they're like, "No, you deserve hell for being a freak, useless." And this is when Bakugo shoots, when he pops up, explosion and pops it right, right at him, causing 3 degree burns on his body, burning through his clothes, and it hurts, and it hurts, and it hurts. This is when Bakugo says, "This is what you get for being a quirkless, useless nerd. Don't ever go to UA. Don't ever go to any hero school. Don't think, don't deserve to become a hero, and neither anybody quirkless." This is when everybody left. This man Izuku is shocked. So he ever was in his life. He's crying. Um, boogers come out his nose. Like I know the wet kind, not the one that's green, but he's also that come out of his nose. He's crying, saying he's too weak. Power. He realizes power is everything in the world. Without quirks, power, you're nothing. Nobody wants to accept you. Nobody want even. Nobody want ever give you attention. When they do give you attention, it's the bad kind. This is when something in his mind just says, "You want power," but not. But Deku thinks he's dreaming. You want power, boy. I said, do you want power? This is when he's looking into his mindscape and sees a person. He sees a person. Now, guys, I won't show you a video. What she called it from yet because this is like, God, I couldn't find a photo. That's why. But it's like an ice knight. It's like the ice lord. It's like he have night clothing that's only like a blue rose color, and it's like kind of smothered with like a type of white and gray. I don't know, but it's like a beautiful ice color. And he has a sword, and he says, "Do you want power?" This is when Izuku look at him with determination and the eyes of wanting power. And then he says, "Yes, I want power." This is when the Ice Lord smiled under his helmet, and then he says, "Boy, I will train you. This will be hellish than you ever felt in your whole life. Those kicks and bruises you have will not even compare to the pain you will feel of this training. Now, do you accept?" This is when he says that again. Yes, they begin a training. It's been over 8 months, and UA starts a month later. And that mindscape has been over 2 years. Zuku completely changed. He has white hair and red eyes, but that's only when he's mad. But without that, he has blue, beautiful, colorful eyes. Like the blue in his eyes are like Gojo's, but it's not that beautiful. It's like a deep sea inside of it. It's not like a galaxy. And this is what I describe Gojo's eyes. You see, Gojo's eyes are like a galaxy type mystery beautiful, but Izuku has like a deep sea of blue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think of it. Now, this is Izuku. Now, after the time skip, guys, just imagine his eyes are blue. But yeah, this is when he's out there. He has long hair, by the way, but he can tie it up like this. He can't tie it up like this. He actually goes buffer things like that. But I'm gonna keep it like this. So then this Izuku, I'm gonna say his quirk. Y'all probably already figured it out already. Y'all probably figured it out already, but let me tell y'all anyways. It's ice control, basically ice manipulation. You can shape, manipulate, and create ice out of just thin air, out of the particles in the sky. And Izuku mastered this power. He can release like his body heat, like not body heat, but like temperature and make it cold. He masters the power. He can create anything he wants out of ice. He can columns, mountains, kingdoms like Elsa, like not like Elsa, but Elsa. You know what I mean? But that is Izuku's power. He also masters sword techniques and things like that. Not great as Soros or Mihawk or anything like that, but he's great. I would say about Orochimaru and Sasuke's. Not with the powers though, but just like that. So when he gets out of the mindscape, he says goodbye to his master and things like that. He had great for respect for him, but only him, nobody else. So what actually happens is Deku actually opened his eyes in the real world. His physical appearance changing. He's kind of buff, but like abs and things like that. But he's kind of skinny though. Now he's actually in the hospital when he wakes up. He's he got a water thing, stuff like that. He have a bed and everything like that. And when he wakes up, everybody hears the monitor beep beep. Cause like this man wakes up like this, like he just got out of a coma, which he was. Like, and then this is when like doctors started coming in, examining him, making sure his eyes are okay, put a flashlight in his eyes, things like that. And then when they finish with that, they're done. Izuku says in a cold voice, like his not a cold voice, but his voice is deepened. And he says, "Leave." Then they leave at the fear of his voice. Then this is when his mother is called, and then he's wondering what happened to his physical appearance. I mean, his physical appearance, and his Izuku actually explains what happened. Everything. I mean, everything. How he got somebody trained him. Really inside his mind. He got powers now, quirk basically, and things like that, which he's happy about. But Izuku told her a completely different thing. Well, not completely, but yeah, y'all want to y'all want to know later. Don't worry about it. Y'all want to actually know later. So when they get home, he gets his dinner and everything like that. But the real what it begins now, guys. It begins right now. At night, he wakes up like a vampire at night, wanting blood, craving blood, lust, begging for screams. This is not him, guys. This is actually like uh like a split personality. Y'all, but his other personality is like the same, but it's more colder. He doesn't talk to anybody like that. But he's like antisocial. He's like antisocial, but this is like his other personality. So this is when he walks out of the house and then he starts killing. He kills fake heroes. He kills some villains that did horrible, horrible things. Right, rape, other things like that. Murder, like murder to innocent people and stuff like that. Then he killed over 100 people that day. Well, not day, I mean night. 100 people. Fake heroes, villains, and then that night he came up to be a bounty hunter. He actually came to be a bounty hunter. He applied that night and got over 50 bodies. And then the rest 50 he just killed because he wanted to kill. And he made over $1 million that night. So it sets his bank account, things like that. Which he been had, he just didn't have that much money in bank account because, he don't get much allowance. He get like $100 a month. Yep. Now let's time skip to a couple days. He is actually known as the White Reaper, or the Ice Reaper. He kills without remorse, without mercy. He uses ice powers, but people think it's like an ice shape because like he only uses his sword and daggers and hooks and things like that, but he doesn't use his full potential. Then this is when one night he come across Aizawa, well basically Eraserhead, someone called him Eraserhead, and this is when Eraserhead sees him and says, "You're the." And guys, he has to cover his face. He covered his face right now. He's covering it. And guys, his sword, that's not his sword right there. That's his sword right here. This is his sword. He made out of ice. Basically, he's made out of ice, things like that. But yeah. Um, put on this right here. And then this is when his eyes turned red and said, "You don't want to mess with me." Sotai Zawa. This is when he's shocked. He knows his name. What else could he know about the heroes? Then this is when Aizawa sent his scarf at him, but Deku caught it with his hands, his bare hands. Then he snatches it off his neck. It says, "That would not work on me." Then he throws it behind him, not wanting Aizawa to get it. Then he sends floating daggers at Aizawa, which Aizawa dodges with ease. Then he rushes at Izuku with great speed, but Deku didn't see that clearly. And then Deku jumps over him, stabs him in the shoulder, jumps over again, flip him over. Basically, what Itachi did to Sasuke. He grabbed his shoulder and he flipped him over. This is when then Endeavor comes and shoots a burst of flames, and then Izuku actually makes ice shield in front of him, blocking it, and then which makes Izuku have a little bit of excitement. The second number hero is here. Maybe he can have some real fun. This is when Izuku creates his sword and rushes at Endeavor with murderous intent. He slashes and slashes, but Endeavor invades it. This is when Izuku creates a ice spear and throws and stick it inside. I mean, yeah, inside Aizawa's. I mean, Endeavor's side, hurting, but Endeavor doesn't give up. This is when Aizawa comes behind Izuku with his scarf and wraps him up, but they captured him. Then this is when Endeavor and Endeavor comes closer while Aizawa does too. Aizawa tightens the scarf as hard as he can. He just tightens it, making it think he hurt Izuku, but it doesn't at all. And when they're about to take off his mask, whatever, Izuku freezes the scarf with his body temperature, and then he breaks out of it and punches. Well, no, he jumps and kicks them, like how y'all know the Chop Clan. You know, it's only known for Chop Clan. They jump up and he kicks. Uh, that's what he did. And then this is when uh, Izuku jumps off the roof, making ice wings, and then he says, "This is not over. I'm stronger than you think. I know what you heroes are thinking. I know your weaknesses, your life, everything. And once I have you in my grasp, this world will fall under my control." Then he leaves fully. Through Endeavor and Aizawa go straight to Nezu and tells him what happened. Him basically not him basically defeating Endeavor and Aizawa, which is a great. feet. Isaac, all my hears this. Every hero hears this. Not every hero, but you know the heroes inside. It's like MHA, sniper, all them like stuff like that. The council, basically the council, black hole, all of them. And then they wonder, can we get him on our side? Can we get him on our side? Things like that. But no, 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 you can't, ladies and gentlemen, you can't. All right, so let's get to another night, which is a night that will be interesting for you. Well, I guess. But he meets up with one of the League of Villains, which is actually Dobby. Now, Izuku already knows about Dobby's identity, which is Todoroki. He already knows his identity and things like that. And then he meets up with him, and basically not out of contact, but just randomly. And this is when he dashes at Dobby right in his neck. He has a sword at his neck, which Dobby was not quick enough, not even near quick enough to be aware of that. And then he says, "I know you are, Todoroki," which Dobby just bursts flames out of his entire body, making making Izuku back up quickly. And this is when he shoots a bigger burst of flame that Endeavor does, and then he blocks it with ice. Then he throws it after transforming it into a spear. And then he creates seven big spears, and just with one hand movement, it goes fast at Dobby, cornering him with with two spears at the side of his on the sides of his face, one under his armpits, and and one at well, stuff like that to make him just stuff like that, but whatever. Then this is when the ice spears suddenly transform into a type of I'm gonna say it's like a vest or type thing, but it's on a wall. It's like a force field on the wall, basically. This is when he says, "Now I'm gonna hit your father, so I want to give you a deal. I know you're with the League of Villains. If you take me to All for One, I will help you kill your father." This is a deal Tabi or Toyo Todoroki cannot pass up, so he agrees. Still curious of what this mystery person will do, but he doesn't care. He wants to kill his father fast as he can, and gets home and shows his real identity to his family and live a happy life. So then this is when he takes him to a All for One, well, basically the League of Villains, because he does not know where All for One is, and then he tells him there's only one person, or two people that knows all for One is. This is when the whole group just comes down to Izuku and things like that. Sugar Rocky and the whole group comes, and Sugar Rocky answers, "Dobby, who is this? I don't know. I never got his name." And then this is when Izuku say in a cold voice, everybody calls me. Damn it, guys, what did I say? What do they call him? That I gave this man a name, a villain name or something. I forgot. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just think of one right in my head. So if I laugh, y'all laugh. I'm thinking right in my head. If I think it's cool, yeah, I said it. Ice Reaper. So then he says, "Y'all call me Ice Reaper." This is when they all pack up quickly, except for Dobby. Knowing that. And then this is when he said, "You brought this person in our hideout, Dobby." Shigaraki scratches his neck, um, harshly. Then he says, "Don't worry about that. He have a deal with us. He can make us quill endeavor quickly." Boy, that's basically what he says to me. This is when, but he wants one condition. This is when Shigaraki says, "What?" This is where he said he wants to meet all for one, which Shigaraki answers in a cold voice. "What do you want, master?" Just give him a meeting. That's what I say. Then this is when Off One says through the TV, "Let him come. This should be a very interesting meeting." Which Off One is thinking I could take his quirk. He's feared for his quirk. He can basically, things like that. Then this is when this would be a quick one shot actually. So if I don't like a quick one shot, I'm sorry, but sorry. But yeah. So this is when Izuku actually arrives to the hideout, seeing the normal hideout and everything. Basically, it's at one place. The doctor that he actually met when he was a kid, but he doesn't care about that anymore. Then this is when All for One says, "I know who you are, Hashi Midoriya." This is when All for One stands up quickly and rushes at him, and but Izuku creates the hardest barrier he can around All for One. It says, "Do you know who I am? I'm your son. You left me. You left mom. Now you'll pay for it." This one All for One eyes wide, but he doesn't have any eyes. No disrespect for anybody. Just he look crazy. This nigga only don't have no eyes, no eyebrows, no nose, or nothing. How can he even see or breathe? I mean, yeah, he breathes through his mouth. Wait, I forgot. Did he even have a mouth? I don't know. Like we put his face, it's not squishy. Like I bet that's not squishy, bro. But let's get to the story. Okay, and then All for One says, "So you're my son. I'm the true I can give it back to you if we're together, son. Become the most powerful dynamic duo in the whole villain history. No, in the damn world. We can rule over this world. Nobody can obey us. And I mean nobody in Russia, Africa, Europe, Jamaica. Nobody cannot. Even America cannot stop us if we're together. And actually have the original quirk. Do you know what it is? This is what dude, it's a good actually curious, but he's got something up his sleeve. He says, "What is it?" This is when this is when All for One says, "And three, two, one, rainbow." My bad, guys. My bad. My bad. It's not rainbow. It's called. God, I forgot what I'm about to say. Damn. Hold up. I forgot what I'm about to say. Um, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Yeah, I remember about that. All right. So basically, it levels up his physical body, his knowledge. It's basically like system. It's basically like the system, but it doesn't give him necromancer ability, shadow, none of that. It just ups up his like it ends up like it's like if I read on the manga comic Dice, then y'all know what it means. But I hardly know that y'all read that comic. Basically, I mean manga, something like that, or but basically, it ups his intelligence, his speed, strength, his you could actually level up your appearance if you can, things like that. But if I do know about that, y'all are gods, y'all are legends. If I know about that manga or comic or webtoon, I don't know. But yeah, so then this is when he explains the quirk. Izuku says, "Give it to me, and we'll work together, father." Which he gives a warm smile, making our awful one believe he's telling the truth. And this is when he gives him the quirk. And then Izuku has spears and spikes all over off when he shoots it at his all over his body and says, "You deserve to die for what you've done to the world. I will fix it. And me only." Then this is when he screams and everybody ran to the hideout. Well, teleport to the hideout and they see all four dead. This is when Izuku eyes this is when Izuku eyes shine red and said, "I'm your new leader. The League of Villains are mine." This is when they all bow down. It says, "Of course, master." Alright, now let's get to destroying of heroes, baby. So we get to UA. Izuku has over a lot of nomos, a whole bunch of nomos, and then like a whole army of it. But it's like low tier ones. Like it's like the ones with Stain try to capture, like Stain cut off. It's like those, but it's just hard to defeat. And there's only like two. There's only two high class ones, which is hard because Endeavor only could defeat them. But yeah, then this is when you can hear the earth stomp like by just walking. And then everybody sees this and just runs, but then Izuku says, "Kill them all." All of them start having their own killing spree. And then Izuku says, "Dabi, come with me. Shigaraki, come with me." And what she called it, the mixed man. I forgot his name. Kirigiri. I'm saying Kirigiri. Then he says, "Kirigiri, watch." I mean, no, he says, "Kami also." This is when they also have their own killing spree. This is the day, everybody's having fun. All that, the whole LOV good. Then they all arrive at the main thing, the UA. So they all kill everybody except for 1A and the heroes on inside. So I mean, yeah, they kill everybody except for 1A. This is when they barge inside class 1A with Aizawa being frozen right when they step in and get cuts with them screaming. And then he says, "Kill them all except for him." He points at Bakugo, which scares the shit out of him. And then he says, and then he walks up to Bakugo and grabs him by the head. Says, "Do you remember me, Kachan?" This is when, this is when this bursted the fucking nuts off of his head, bro. He smashes his head onto the desk, keep smashing it, keep smashing it with full anger, and he smashes it really hard with all his strength, making half of the UA destroyed. And his head just explodes, bro. It explodes. And then every hero, All Might, all of them is outside. Like all of them outside and things like that, being killed off. The low heroes are being killed off actually, but Endeavor, Miracle, Hawks, all of them are not killed off though. Stuff like that. All Might and all of them sees the heroes walking out at a badass moment. Y'all know how Shigaraki was killed Overhaul, and Dobby and them just walked off like a badass. That's a Daywalker right now. They're walking like pure villains right here, man. This is when this is when Izuku runs straight at Hawks, cuts down his wings, slashes his throat, goes to Miracle, touches half of her body, And then this is when the nobles are literally destroying the city. Like, they're literally destroying the city right now. Shigaraki puts all of his 10 palms on the ground and destroys the ground below everybody. Well, not everybody, but no, Ford, All Might in them. Then this is when All Might's angry. Like, he's more angry than he was fighting all for one. And then he rushes at Izuku. Izuku cannot handle the speed of and the power of the kick and punches, so he flies back. Everybody's witnessing what people actually alive. So the news is seeing this, and they're cheering for All Might, like rest of the world cheering for All Might. And this is when you hear, like, you can literally see tremble of rocks floating up, and the world is. You can literally hear the fear, like the feel the world is literally tumbling. You can see him get up. Izuku, I mean, like, get up, and everything around him turns cold. Everything around him turns like an icy area. This is his kingdom now. This is his kingdom, I mean. This is his kingdom now. Columns of ice spears below All Might, which was one of his legs got a spear within it, so he got cut off, making him scream, making everybody fear. And then he rushes at All Might, punching him with ice gauntlets. Punching him in his stomach, his face, his leg, everything. Then this is when Zuko just having fun with this man. And guys, the reason why the power up is because of level up. He leveled up everything with exponential power, like a lot of power. And then he started playing with All Might. He punching him around the face. It's like this nigga breaking the sound barrier. That's what I mean. He's literally breaking the goddamn sound barrier, giving him a playtime. This is when he finish it. This is when he creates like a huge ice meteorite, like a meteor, and then he throws it, screaming, like lifting up. It's ah! Then All Might dies upon impact, and this is when everything finished. Izuku walks up to Toga and kisses her, cause I just made that just now, cause I don't know what to do, but yeah, kisses her. They get married, all that type of stuff. They become the world's hated, like the world's feared villains. The LOB comes on top and things like that. The world basically dares. They can do whatever they want. After millions of years, they die. Not millions of years, but years they die. Had a good day. Boom, guys. That's it for the what if. I hope you like the what if. I know it was very short, as I say, but I really hope y'all like it. All I gotta say is Trip Kage is out. I love y'all, man. Comment, like, and subscribe for what y'all think about my what if. And let's go.